Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters. We're back at Camp Half-Blood. And what's changed for Percy since the events of Lightning Thief?
Well, in the beginning of this film, he's, we kind of find him in a place in his life where he's not the hero anymore. He's kind of been one-upped by someone at the camp, a girl named Clarice. Yeah, we kind of just find him there, and he also finds out that he has a half-brother. So, he's a bit overwhelmed.
The first movie directed by Chris Columbus. Obviously, he directed the first couple of Potter movies, and very different stories, of course, but as literary phenomenons being made into major pictures. Did you feel any pressure from the studios, from anyone, to kind of replicate the success of that?
No, I didn't feel pressure. I mean, I think that's kind of, I guess the direction that they might have wanted to go. My job is pretty straightforward, so. Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like pressure or heat or anything like that, no.
You seem to be juggling really sort of capably these big budget, epic, grand movies with more independently minded movies.
Yeah.
I mean, how different is it working on them, and how difficult is it to go from one to the other and back?
Yeah, I mean, they're just different experiences, Like a film like Percy is just, it's a pretty physical film, and it's kind of, the preparation is mainly physical preparation and stuff like that, whereas, other films that I've done have been more about, the character. It's like kind of harder to map out their intentions and figure out the, how to get to a certain place emotionally and stuff like that, and understand where they're at. So yeah, I guess it's just different types of prep.
I mean, another very different movie you've got coming up is obviously Darren Aronofsky's Noah, which sounds remarkable, incredible. I mean, is there anything you can tell us about the film or about working with Darren?
Darren's great. I mean, I'm a big fan of his, and have been, he's like one of the filmmakers that inspired me to be an actor, working with him was a dream. And all I can say is that he's just a very decisive, and you have to be, as a filmmaker, a very decisive guy, But some filmmakers aren't. But he knows what he wants, he gets what he wants, and that's why he's really good at what he does. And he's just incredibly smart, man. Incredibly smart.
The film also reunites you with Emma Watson, who you worked with on Perks, which is a sort of great movie. I mean, has she given you any advice as someone who's been through the whole thing and now sort of doing more and more movies?
It's pretty rare to work with someone twice, in a very short period of time. People don't typically do that. Movies tend to try to stay away from that. But she's just incredibly talented, a good friend, and I guess a source of, especially going into our second film together, it was a much bigger movie than the first one that we did, and it was just a source of comfort having a friend there, so it was cool.